Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We have made it to July, y'all. We made it. Woo! We are in month 7. We've made it past the halfway mark, and we turned our air conditioner on for the first time yesterday. What a wild season it has been. I have here with me the 4 books that I have been studying, contemplating, reading. Let's see if I can get the lighting right. There we go. So we'll start at the top. This is The Parents Tao Te Ching. So good. Love the Tao. Every version I've read is beautiful. My favorite of just the Tao is Wayne Dyer's version. I really love his version. But this one really personalizes it to children. And when I think of children, not only my offspring, but my creations. What are my creations? Which is really beautiful. Rise, Sister, Rise. Again, just open it up, find an oracle. Beautiful wisdom there. And as always, the Sophia Code, you guys, look at how loved this book is. It is so loved. I just deeply have entrenched myself in this beautiful codex, and man, it's powerful. And then the 64 Ways. This is the Gene Keys. This is Richard Rudd's contemplation on the Gene Keys. So a little bit different than it's his contemplation, which I really love. He is such a beautiful, deep, wise soul. Good morning, Britta. How are you feeling today? It is a week of independence. Tomorrow, here in the U.S., we experience and get to celebrate our independence, July 4th. Let freedom ring, let the white dove sing. Let the whole world know that today is a day of a reckoning. Okay, let the weak be strong, let the right be wrong. Okay, I'm gonna stop for reals this time. I felt like I wanted to talk a little bit more on the individual level. The 4th of July, Independence Day, is a little more of the macro for the United States, but let's go in micro. I've got some friends, we play this macro game, macro my micro or micro my macro. We take something that's big and we turn it into something that's small, or we take something that's small and turn it into something big, based on the Kybalion principle, as above, so below, as within, so without. And so the macro 4th of July, freedom, Independence Day for our country, let's take on a micro level and let's turn it inwards for ourselves. And how do we find independence, freedom within ourself, within our mind, within our heart, within our body, within our lives that we can see around us. Freedom is such a really interesting, I think there's actually a gene key that is freedom. Turn to the back here to get the dilemmas. No, that's the dilemma. Let me open up. I should have looked for this. I should have done this before I got here. Gene key freedom. 55th. Oh my gosh. You guys, the 55th gene key is crazy. It is nuts. It is in the blue book. It is the longest. It is the longest gene key. And this is this one all marked up. I'm a writer in books. How many of you guys just let me know by commenting. How many of you guys write in your books? Like, I not only write, but I draw things. Let's see if I can find a good example. So this one, there's a little rose and a heart. But sometimes it's like the whole page. I'll draw something on the whole page. Right here, there's the throat chakra, Sanskrit image. There's rainbows, there's birds, I do draw things. So how many of you guys draw in your book? And I'm trying to come up with I don't have like a key for how I write in my books right now. Kind of, sort of, like I'll underline a word, or I'll circle a word and then underline like the definition that the person uses. And I love, oh my gosh, I love going to used bookstores. And oh, this one's funny. That's the peace pipe. That's the chinampa. And then the element will. There's so I'm trying to find like a key, like this is what when I underline this way, when I circle or something, but I don't. I just go crazy. So all of my books are marked up. I write poetry and have a novella in the works. Another idea to tell a novel from the point of view of my female ancestors. Ooh, I love that idea, Britta. Nope, just tuck notes in a journal paper. Yeah. So Jerry is like, do not write in my books. He does not want his books written in. And me, I'm like, write it up, mark it up. And then when I'm turning to a page, I'm like, oh, remember there was that concept. And I remember I did this kind of marking on it. It's how I remember to go back and look at things. So freedom in the Gene Keys. Oh, hold on. Before we get started, let's anchor in. So just take a moment, place a hand on a heart and a hand on your belly, and just start taking that deep breathing, allowing the belly to expand as you inhale like a balloon. And as you exhale, squeeze it into the spine and push all of the air out. Push, 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 push. Keep going, keep going. Until there's no more air left. And then take a nice big deep inhale, filling your lungs as full as you can. And when you think you can't breathe in anymore, take a little, like 3 sips more of air, and then breathe it all out. Make that like a balloon. Push all the air out. Push, 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 push all the air, And then inhale as much as you can. And when you think you can't, take 3 more little sips, and then exhale it all out. And then just allow your breathing to take its natural flow. And take a moment to call in a circle of safety around you. Oh, we're doing a thing. Okay. Spirit is guiding something different today. We're going to call in actually a pyramid around us, just like this pyramid of onyx, just drops over us, this pyramid of protection, this pyramid of safety that anchors us in this sacred geometric pyramid, anchors us into our own energy, into our own body, into our own auric field. And then I want you to imagine a pyramid of jasper over your home or your business, wherever you currently are. This pyramid of jasper just dropping over the space that is holding you currently. Bringing in this beautiful grounding energy and protecting energy around you and your space. Then I want you to take a pyramid of copper and drop it over your city. And it just comes down, it comes down, it comes down, and this drops over your city, this copper pyramid that conducts this beautiful energy that you get to be the conductor for, shifting not only in your own personal space, in your own auric field, but also in your home, now in your city. And then we're going to take Gold is next. Gold is next over your county. Just drop it down, anchors into the earth, this gold pyramid. And our next one is going to be a light pyramid. This light pyramid anchors over your state, whatever state you are currently in. It just drops. This from this golden ray, using the light from the golden ray of the central sun. And next, we're going to drop in this etheric pyramid over your country. Continent. Okay, continent. So etheric pyramid over whatever continent you currently reside in. And it just drops. And then the next one is a golden dragon pyramid from the dragon seraphim, light, the golden dragon seraphim from the Sophia Code. And this pyramid anchors in the whole earth, but it's like we have to do two, one from the North Pole and one from the South Pole. And they come together and they anchor in, and it actually, they cross paths at the center of the equator. They cross paths and they end up creating a Merkaba energy field. And this is the dragon seraphim just anchoring in our planet with these two beautiful pyramids, north and south. They cross at the equator, creating this beautiful 2, 4, 6, 8 pointed star. Well, more because there's the poles as well. So yes. And as we work on in our own auric field, our own freedom, our divine sovereign independence, this travels into our homes, into our workspaces, into our communities where we live, into the city, into the county, into the state, into the continent, and then into the collective. It's this big, huge ripple effect. So setting up all of those anchor points. Then we come back to our black onyx pyramid within. And we call in any of our spirit guides, our angels, our ancestors, our guardians that would like to help. And you can name them, or you can just allow whatever to show up. Kali is showing up. Hey, Kali Ma. We may be cutting some cords today. Ganesha is here as well. We may be trampling over some obstacles. Kuan Yin is always, she is just always present with this love and compassion, divine love and compassion. Hathor is making her presence known. The ability to speak our divine truth, our divine wisdom, claiming our independence, our own sovereign freedom. Of course, the dragon seraphim is here in wild. They're just like, just flying in these divine figure eights and these divine helixes. Calling in any guides that would like to help us claim our divine sovereign freedom, our own independence that will not only help us on a private individual level, 11, huh? I wonder that energy, what is going to show up with that energy today? But also the collective consciousness. And as we allow ourselves to be and feel more free, may those around us pick up on the energy and start to claim their own divine sovereignty so that we may live in a world that owns and honors individual sovereignty, divine freedom. freedom of expression, freedom of authenticity, freedom of vulnerability, freedom from fear, from chaos, from pain and suffering, from addiction, from slavery, from entanglement. Ooh. Breathing into all of these. Actually, I'm seeing these light chains. It's like a necklace chain that is like all knotted and entangled, but it's light, and it's like starting to, as we breathe and we call in these guides and anchor in these pyramids, the chains are starting to loosen up, and one strand moves free and another strand moves free and another moves free, and all these free strands, as they go, they start to find their place and their way, their own unique expression. It's like is it the Hrit chakra? Hrit, H-R-I-T. Sometimes there's a knot that exists in the heart chakra, the Hrit chakra. So using that karuna compassion, calling in Kuan Yin to come in and help untangle these knots of desire. Ooh, okay. These are knots of desire. These desires, these things that we want, that we fear we're not worthy of, that if we actually go after them, that we will be rejected from our families, from our societies, from our tribe. Really, that fear of rejection is real. It's this, like, in ancient times, being rejected from the tribe meant death, because tribe was safety, security. It was home, it was food, it was shelter, it was safety in numbers. But we live in this global tribe now. And if you aren't accepted, I'm just untying knots right now, you guys. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Breathing in that light, breathing in your guides. Ask for help and compassion as we untie these knots of our desires, our powers, our passions. There's this fear that if we truly step into our power, that we will abuse it. Number one. We are afraid of our own power. And if we step into this power and we really claim this power of freedom, that we will just run wild and chaos will ensue. Like, that is what we've been taught, that like order is necessary. But out of chaos, from chaos comes creation. And so if we can just allow ourselves to kind of surrender to the chaos, surrender to that unknown space where everything is possible, then we can start to step in the direction of that thing that we really desire. Oh, just setting those free, setting those desires free. Like setting them free, it's like they turn into almost like a bird. It's really interesting. They turn into this bird. Some of them are dragonflies. Oh, there's a ladybug. These things that just kind of fly. And it's like these desires are flying out into the world to gather the knowledge, the resources, the people, the things that you need to actually start to create them into reality, bring them into reality. Oh, you guys, my heart is just feeling so open and expansive right now, and tingly. Just keep breathing, keep breathing. All right. So the Gene Key 55, the way of freedom. The shadow is victimization. The gift is freedom, and the city is also freedom. And the city is the highest frequency of that you can get of this energy. The dilemma, the thing that keeps us from experiencing this freedom, external validation. So victimization is the shadow frequency. This is the place where when we are a victim to circumstances, a victim to the government, a victim to our spouse, a victim to our children, to our parents, to our neighbors, to the government, to the banking system, to whatever it is, anything that is outside of you, if you are letting that stop you from doing what you want to do, these desires that you're craving, these dreams, these goals, you're in victim mode and you are not free. You are bound. There's a really good poem in here. I don't know if I'm going to find it. Ooh. Maybe it's supposed to be this one today. As we go through life, the things that we haven't been able to release tangle us up. Things we have taken on as a sense of duty. Things we have learned to be good at, but not part of our true nature. This is from my sister Rice. Things that were once aligned to who we were, but are no longer aligned to who we are today. So we refrain from making a clean cut, binding ourselves to it for as long as possible, choosing not to choose instead, which is still a choice. Instead of choosing to change and choosing to release and let go of the old and step into the new, we choose to stay the same. As the years press on, the cords of the things we once clung to begin winding their way around our feet, tripping us up time and time again, holding us down when we attempt to rise, until one day we finally realize that until we untangle ourselves, we will never truly be free. And that thing you are clinging to will never be free either if it continues to cling to you. There were no ropes strong enough to keep her spirit bound. Oh, so what is keeping you from being free? Where do you not feel free? I really want you to sit with this question. Where do you not feel free? Think about that thing that you really, really want. That goal, that dream, that vision, that thing that you're just, oh man, if I could just this, then my life would be this, right? And I want you to, in the comments, I know this is incredibly vulnerable. I want you to write them down. But I will tell you, when you get very clear on the areas you are not free, when you can start to see where you feel bound, where you feel restricted, where you feel stuck, and you can start to pinpoint the things that you feel are making you this way. Notice my verbiage. You feel are making you stuck, trapped, whatever. When you can start to see them, when you can start to call them out by name, type it down and see it with your eyes and have someone witness it. Hi, and everybody else that's watching, witness these things that are binding you. They start to lose their power. And you'll also see that you are not alone in the things that you feel are keeping you stuck. You will start to see there are commonalities. And this is the great lie. This is the great illusion. Our fears, these things that we feel are keeping us bound and stuck, we feel like we're the only ones. And so when you speak it out loud and you have witnesses, and I would encourage you to comment on other people's. I know how you feel. I've been there. I've experienced that as well. Me too. Yes, we're all in this together. Let's see. Lindsay says, fear of criticism. Yes. How many of you have ever been afraid of being criticized? You feel like if I do something wrong, if I mess it up, someone's going to criticize me. Someone's going to condemn me. Someone's going to call me out and tell me I messed up. They're going to mark my paper with a big check or X or an F, and I'm going to be marked forever, criticized, bad, wrong. How many of you have felt that way? Raise your hand. Say, yes, me. I have been there. I do feel that way currently. 100% me. Fear of criticism. Ooh, fear of humiliation. This one is a fun one. And I have done a lot of work on this one. And it still sneaks up every once in a while. Fear of humiliation. Fear of making a mistake in public and having people witness your mistake. When you're just trying to make something work, you're trying something new. Oh, yes, fear of humiliation. How many of you guys have experienced that fear? And I want you to own it. I want you to claim it. I want you to type, yes, fear of this. If you feel it or have felt it, let's let Lindsay know she's not alone. I have felt those. I'm with you, sister. We're in this together. What else? What are some things that you feel are keeping you from going after the thing that you want? Okay, let's see. Facebook user, will you please type your name so I know who you are? Fear of not healing fast enough. I'm just going to stop there for a minute. Fear of not healing fast enough. Oh, as if there's a finish line and there's a timeline too, as if there's like a clock that's ticking at the end of the road that says you have to be here, you have to be at a certain level of enlightenment and healing in order to what? What do you get if you heal faster? What do you win? But we feel that pressure, right? We feel that pressure. Who's felt that? I got to heal this faster. I got to figure this out faster. Fear of not healing fast enough, Samantha Miller, hey Sam, to help change some of my behavior, which is part of criticism too, not being good enough. Had a really rough week. I can't pinpoint all of my emotions. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, this behavior, feeling a slave, feeling bound by your habits, by your thought patterns, by your behaviors. And how many of those are even yours? How many of those were passed down by your family, ancestral, because my mom did it and her mom did it and their mom, and onward and upward, backwards, right? Or this is what was taught to me in my society by my school or by my culture or by my religion. How many of these things that are holding us in aren't even ours? So this fear of not healing fast enough to change some of my behaviors. Oh, how many of you guys have felt so trapped by your own habits? So locked in by your own thoughts and your own patterns. Not being good enough. How many of you felt not good enough? Oh, sending you so much love, Samantha. I want to teach Qigong FaceTime. FT is FaceTime. Marriage issues. Yes, mostly, exactly all of it. Oh, so much. Okay, I have heard 2 people share their fears. There's more than 2 people here right now. Let's claim them. Let's claim them so that we can clear them. And just speaking them, typing them, seeing them, and having someone witness is going to help clear it. I've got my selenite wand here. My shadow drum wants to play. So I'm going to grab my shadow drum. It's just right here. Kali Ma is just so excited. She was the first one that showed up. She's like, we're going to cut some cords. So I got my shadow drum here, which is also with the egg of the womb of no thing, the egg, the cosmic egg, womb of no thing. Okay. Exactly, all of it. Okay, Britta, my thoughts used to be terrible tyrants. They'd hijack my life all the time. Yes, our own inner critic. Yes, our own inner critic, the mean girl that lives inside of our head. It's like, who do you think you are? And what are you? You can't do that. You're not going to, someone's already done it better. Right? One of my biggest limitations feels like how I get to use time. Oh, okay. When I have to be certain places at certain times and rush around, I come back all the time to feeling limited by things I have to do. Okay. How many of you guys like, I got to do this and I got to do that? How many of you feel so bound by all your to-dos, your checklist, your items? I got to do this and I got to do this and I got to do this and I got to do this. The other day, I was sitting there thinking, currently, one of my morning practices is to massage my belly. I'm really massaging my belly, working out any of the knots in there, and just sending it love and getting to like just all those digestive organs, all the mitochondria, the bacteria, the, everything that's in there, just massaging it. It's like 3 to 5 minutes, right? And I was just thinking the other day, all the things that I, could be doing, all the things that like, okay, if you drink your water and you eat your vegetables and you do your breath work and you do your meditation and you do your exercise and you do your, you pray over your water and you do your nature walk and you you journal and you create and you, all these things that are supposed to help you be good. Sometimes these beautiful self-care things can also feel like too much. If you are expecting and forcing and controlling and trying to make yourself, I got to do it, or else what? Or else what? What happens if I don't? And the thing that's beautiful to watch, and my morning meditation practice has shown me this so beautifully, is there's this ebb and flow of seasons and times when you do things. There was a period of time where I would ecstatic dance every morning. And now I'm massaging my belly every morning. And there are times where I would drum and sing and chant every morning. And there were times when I would do breath work, just 30 minutes of, like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. But there's no way I could do all those things every day. Otherwise, I wouldn't have time to do laundry and cook food and hang out with my family and my work, right? There's just ebbs and flows. There's seasons. There's times when your body needs the breath work. There's times when my body needs the dance. There's times when my body needs the massage. There's times when I need to sit in my hot tub, and that's my morning routine, or sit in my sauna, or lay on my mat, or sit in the pyramid. Like, I go through these phases, and it's natural and normal. But if I tried to make myself do all of them every day, right? And even though they're good, it would be too much. And so going, okay, what is it that I really need to do today? What is it that my higher self, it wants to guide me to today? What's the most important thing that if I only do this one thing, I will feel like a success? And letting go, do I really have to? And asking those questions, do I really have to? Says who? What happens if I don't? Interesting questions, right? Beautiful, beautiful. Mean girl. Exactly, Britta. She's always asking me, who do you think you are? Yes. And there's something, I forget who the author of Internal Family Systems, IFS, if you guys have ever heard of that. Really, really beautiful. And it's, he talks about, I think it's a man, he talks about there are no bad parts. I think that's called the book, actually, No Bad Parts. And giving that inner mean girl, like sitting with her and going, okay, honey, I see you. And I just want to thank you for showing up for me, because I'm not sure when, and maybe she'll, tell you when she showed up, what event triggered her creation in your mind. But she showed up to help you. She showed up for a reason. And if we can give her a new job, take that energy and give it a new direction, a new angle, a new purpose, a new goal. And for me, what I've done with my inner mean girl, and it's like a practice still, is this: when the "who do you think you are" comes up, goes, it's like this, who do I think I am? Who can we be? Because this Jenny, obviously there's part of her that doesn't think I can do this. Interesting. Where does that come from? And what Jenny could I become? What do I need to do to be the person that goes, yep, I can do that. Yep, this is me. And not, who do I think I am? It's who am I not to create this? Who am I not to do this? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff. So yeah, giving her a new job. So these fears, these thoughts, these criticisms, I'm surprised no one wrote money. That's always like one of the top on my list of things that are keeping me from going after my dreams, because man, if I had all the money in the world, I would be doing so much more than I currently am. And so I feel really limited by lack of money. So I'm going to just throw that one out there. Anybody? Oh yeah. Somebody says, yes, money. I have found myself being blocked by really random societal rules and judgments. And the more I am aware of them and question them, the more I free myself from them. So when I catch myself holding back because of an unwritten rule, it's unwritten. It's not a real rule. It's not a real law. It's just a societal law. What are some of those unwritten rules that you find yourself being captive by? One of them for me has always been like this, and this is like an unwritten rule, a societal rule. You kind of have to like fit in. You kind of have to look kind of like everybody else, just kind of, but not really, but enough. Don't be too different. You kind of have to be the same. You kind of have to like the same things. And it's like I was at a concert the other night, and it was so fun because it was a Led Zeppelin cover band, you guys, and the range of people that were there was so diverse. I loved it so much. There were so many different types and ages and styles of people, right? There were like the rockers, and then there were like the tie-dye people, and then there were like the people that were like motorcycle bikers, and then there were these young hipster kids, and then there were like there were all these different people. And so it was like so freeing to just be me, because it was like there's no like we have to all act a certain way. It was like there's everybody here, so everybody can be whoever they want. And it was really, really beautiful. But I still found myself, when I would get carried away by the music and dancing, oh, yeah, that I'd be like, people are going to think you're crazy. Like, tone it down. And then I was like, so what? Who cares? Why? Let them think whatever they want. Like, I'm having fun. Who cares? So it is a continual practice that happened probably a dozen times at the concert. Absolutely right about the money. Limits my time because I have to work for money, which takes some of that time. I was talking about fear and limitation there too, for sure. Yes. Oh, yes. Money and time. This is where it gets fun to play with Einstein's theory of relativity, and that time expands or contracts depending on your state of mind. There's a popcorn kernel from last night. Apparently I did not brush my teeth very good. So I really love to play with time because, this is coming to me. Are you going to come all the way? I believe it was Dr. Zach Bush in a podcast. You guys, I'm sorry, I cannot tell you which one it was, but he said something so profound about time that I just, ever since then, have been really trying to dig into this concept and surrender to it. He said the only reason Come on. Come into me, please, all the way. Not just, I'm just getting like a hint of it. The only reason we believe in scarcity, the only reason we experience scarcity is because we believe in time. The only reason we experience scarcity is because we believe in time. So just let that sink in for a moment. Because if you didn't believe in a past and a future, if you don't remember yesterday, last week, last month, last year, last whatever, if you did not remember, if like we literally, could you imagine having a veil shut every night as we go to sleep? We wake up every day brand new. We have no memory of the past. Could you imagine what would be possible? And if we had no concept of tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, we would not fear scarcity. There would be no fear of lack because we would wake up. Oh my gosh, like just imagine closing your eyes. You have no idea of anything anywhere. And then you open your eyes and oh my God, look at everything that I have. Look at everything that is around me. I am so abundant right now. The green that is outside is just mind blowing, and the light. And then the books and the cards and the stones and the tools that I have here, just so full of abundance. And if I didn't believe in a tomorrow, I had no yesterday to compare to, how would we live our lives? We would have no concept of a rainy day, the concept of a rainy day, or concept of a famine or a shortage. Or remember that one time that you were like digging in couch cushions to get coins to pay for laundry, like to wash your laundry, or the time that you did this. Like, I mean, look at what you have right now, currently, right now, like what's right in front of you right this moment. And do you really need anything else in this moment? In this moment, right now, do you need more? Do you really need more? And I'm like hearing these, well, yeah, but there is a tomorrow. Is there? Like no one is promised tomorrow. No one is promised tomorrow. And we've been taught and we've been trained to prepare for the future, right? We got to get our food storage and we got to get our savings account. We got to get the 401k and we got to invest in our Roth IRA and like whatever these things are. But do you need that right now? Right now. What do you need right now? And what do you need right now? And what do you need right now? And did you have it? Did it show up for you? Was it a breath? Was it oxygen? Oh my gosh, look how abundant you are. I just needed to breathe. Look, and breath just happened for me. Like I'm so abundant. When I need something, it shows up for me. Wow. And when I need a tissue because my nose is running, oh, it shows up for me. Here's one right here. Oh, and how perfectly timed and perfect was that? And if I didn't, I would have my finger and my clothes. How abundant I am, how perfect life is, that everything is here for me now. Lindsay, we've been trained to fear it. Yes, we really have these, and this is where I love taking lessons from nature. I love taking lessons from nature because nature is so perfect. Nature does not hurry. Nature does not try or force or control. Nature allows in its own time. I was actually reading about this morning in the first Gene Key. Oh, so beautiful. My nose is really dripping today. Where was it? This is the first Gene Key. Interesting. Where did I read it this morning? Oh, was it in Rise, Sister Rise? Oh, it was. There's perfect time for everything. So Rise, Sister Rise. There's a perfect time for everything. If the tulip surfaces in the heart of winter, the bitter winds won't give her a chance. She will lose her supple petals and be bitten by the unforgiving frost. If she attempts to endure on through to the end of summer, she would become parched and dry up. If the cherry blossom got impatient and pushed herself to bloom because the daffodils were out, we would miss that magical moment where all of a sudden her soft, subtle scent fills the balmy twilight air. Trust the natural flow of your inner seasons and don't push yourself to bloom all year round. There are times for sowing, there are times for blossoming, and times for retreating and going into hibernation. There is plenty of room for all of us to rise in our own perfect time. What is another person's summer may be your winter. But come spring, positions will be reversed. Trust your inner seasons and remember spring returns to delight us each and every year. Oh, this one, was just so beautiful. Like honoring that it's not, and this is where our modern lifestyle gets a little rough for us, right? We really struggle. And this is why so many people are in chronic fatigue, have chronic illnesses, autoimmune disorders, anxiety, depression, these crazy physical issues because we're not honoring our natural rhythms. We just go, 40 hours a week, every fucking week. Are you kidding me? For 2 weeks of rest and rejuvenation a year and 3 days a weekend. Really? This is normal? This is natural? This is what we do? Why? Why are we in this rat race? Who are we trying to, where are we trying to get to? Who are we trying to pacify? What are we trying to win? Really, what are we trying to win? The beautiful person who, I think it was Samantha up here, not healing fast enough. What's the race? Limitation of feeling time, all the things that I have to do, right? Oh, why? Why are we doing this? Who says we have to? You guys, who said you had to do that? And I know I'm hearing all of these well, yeah, but I gotta pay my mortgage and I gotta buy my food and I gotta pay for the boat and I gotta pay for my car and I gotta pay for these clothes and I gotta. How much do you really need? Where can you simplify? What can you let go of that is not serving you, that is actually causing you more stress? We live in this beautiful age of technology where we have all these gadgets and gizmos that are made to make life simpler. But is it really simplifying your life, or is it complexifying, making it more complex? So I want you to just take a moment to get really still. Maybe close your eyes. What is it that you really need? What is it that you really, really, truly need? And is there really anything? Because when I get down to it, there's nothing that I need. There's really nothing that I have everything I really need. And then, oh my gosh, way more. This year, Spirit told me to clean out. You guys, these shelves used to be full of books. And Spirit's like, you got to clean out, girl. You got to clean out. And then I had this journey 2 weekends ago. And I had this vision. My head was so heavy. And it was so heavy. It felt so heavy because there's so much in there. I think so much and I read so much and I learn so much and I explore so much. And there was just so much in there. It was like, let's let some of it go. let's just let some of it go. It's time. It's time to let some of that go. I mean, 40 years of information, 40 years, stuff that has been just like stuff that I haven't, some of it I haven't even consented to, right? Because ads, you're driving by and it just bombards you. And it's just like there, whether you want it or not, it's there, right? And so it's like, oh, let's let some of this go. And as I cried and released some of this stuff that's just been stuck in my head, I saw books just releasing, just fall like volumes. Some of them were huge. Some of them books were like literally this big. Some of them were old and tattered. Some of them looked like scrolls. Some of them were little teeny pocket books, just like, some of them were pieces of paper. And it was just like releasing all this information. What do you really need? What is it that you really, truly need? And when we go, I actually don't need anything, then we're free. When we don't need anything, then we're free to go after what we desire. Oh, what do you desire? What is it that you truly desire? And I want you to write that in the comments. I truly desire to experience, to know, to embody, to embrace, to allow, to open, to receive, I desire blank. I want to see what you desire. I desire, what I desire, truly desire, I truly desire to see a world where everyone owns their divine sovereign energy, where everyone owns their magic and their medicine and share it with the world. Because I truly believe when that happens, we will all be free. We will be free from pain. We'll be from suffering. We'll be free from addiction. We'll be free from war, pestilence. We'll be free to be everything we came here to be. Lindsay, I truly desire adventure. Ooh, yes. Claim it, girl. Truly desire. What is it you truly desire? When we realize we don't have needs, we really don't have needs. I mean, I hear yes buts. I hear a lot of yeah buts. But in this moment right now, when you get in this moment right now, what do I need right now? Is there anything right now that I actually need? Because right now I don't have a bill to pay. Right now I don't need to eat food. Right now I don't have a child that is needing attention. Now that can change any moment. A child can walk in and be like, hey, mom. And then in that moment, I'm needed for something and then they need something and then I can give it to them or I can't and say, this is how you can go get it yourself, right? It's all future or past. Remembering something in the past that's stressing me out about potential future. But right now, when I look around, everything is amazing. I'm perfect. I have everything I need right now for the next moment. See, Emily, I desire freedom to play and to help people. Yes. So now I want you to think these things that you truly desire. What is blocking you from doing it? What is keeping you from doing it? To help people feel less afraid, to feel understood and seen, to clarify. I love that. To help people feel less afraid, to feel understood and seen. Oh, so powerful. So what's keeping you from doing these things? What's keeping you from the adventure? Adventure awaits, my friend. Adventure awaits around every corner. I shared in my Sharecast on Marco Polo that this last weekend, there was just the universe just went above and beyond. She was like, and here's a cool thing. And then you go around the corner and here's another cool thing. And then here's another cool thing. And I shared everything. It was like, it's just like adventure after adventure after adventure. When you allow yourself to let go of the fear of the future, the pain of the past, and be in the moment, the mundane turns to magic. The everyday thing turns into when you learn to if Like literally, if I were to, every time we wake up in the morning, there's this like valve, this like cord that cut off any memory of what happened yesterday, who we were yesterday, anything from yesterday, cut that off. We opened our eyes, we'd be like totally surprised by the room that we sleep in and our bed. Oh my gosh, what in this body? Oh my, this body's amazing. What in the world? Right? And we'd see everything as if for the first time. And that we have everything. When I need to brush my teeth, I go to the sink and water turns on. And there's my toothbrush. And then there's my essential oil that I brush my teeth with. And then there's the sink that's the container that takes the water and my spit to a place that, you know, it's just like, it's all taken care of. I'm taken care of. What is preventing you from experiencing that right now? And how can you start to just every day, in every way, just little by little, be a little more adventurous? How can I make baking breakfast more adventurous? How can I make going on my errands more adventurous? How can I make going to work be more playful? How can I help the people at my work more so that they can feel less afraid and they can feel understood and seen? How can I be more playful at my work? How can I be more playful with my time and all my tasks that are like I got to get these things done? And what are some things that I can go, who says I have to do this thing? And what would happen if I didn't? And then this is one of my favorite games to play. Oh, this is such a fun game to play. Okay, Doomsday game. Doomsday game. What is your greatest fear? What is your greatest fear? I want you to type this in the chat box. I really want to hear everybody's greatest fear. Facebook user, I love you, Jenny Stone. Thank you for doing this for the collective. You're welcome, whoever you are, Facebook user. I love doing this. It's like I get so much from this as well. Giving is receiving, and I'm learning that more and more. So I'm trying to just like, here we go. Let's just give it away. Jennifer. I love looking with fresh eyes because there's magic. Talk to strangers. Take a different path. Simple things can amaze you. Amen. Oh, Brandy. Hi, Brandy. Okay, you guys, really, I want to know one of your deepest fears. Type your deepest fears, like the thing you are most afraid of happening in your life. So, Wild Woman Brandy. Woo! I love Wild Woman Brandy. Give me some Wild Woman. Okay, deepest fear. Let me see. What's mine? It's one of those things, you guys, you think we would know, but it's typically unconscious, these deep fears. Oh, you guys, I am so afraid of an earthquake. I really am. The other day when we were going to that concert, when we were in the parking garages are my, like, I try so hard to just like, we're okay. Everything's fine. I'm fine. We're fine. Look, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Because I'm just like, when I was a kid, I saw the big one where like in the parking garages, they just do. And it's like, being squished to a pancake in a car does not appeal to me at all. Like if I'm outside and there's an earthquake, like I've got balance. I can run. I can leap over cracks and crevices in the earth and dodge trees and stuff. But like, oh man, being stuck in a car parking garage is one of my deepest fears. So, greatest fear, isolating or seeing the isolation of others. Oh, yes. Isolation. Okay. So the doomsday meditation goes like this, and where you're going to kind of have to do this on your own. And it's a really fun game to play when someone's like, well, yeah, but this, and you're like, okay. And then, so say this thing happens, this fear happens. This one has me thinking, yeah, our greatest fears, they're wild, right? So let's say, okay, Lindsay, you talked about being criticized. Okay, that's a fear of being criticized. So you do something and someone comes up and criticizes you. They tell you you did it wrong. And then what? because that's our deepest fear. Like, oh no, it keeps us from doing the things we want because we're so afraid that if we do, we're going to get criticized, right? We're going to be humiliated. Someone's going to make fun of us or tell us, publicly humiliate us because they pointed out our faults, our failures, our wrongs. So this happens in real life. And then what? Someone tells you did it wrong. You've been criticized and a whole bunch of people watched and saw you mess up. Then what happens? And I really want you to think, what is the next step, right? And then I go, you know what? You were right. Shoot, I really muffed up there. Okay, well, can I try again? Is it something I can try again? If it is, I'm going to try again. If not, then it's like, okay, we move on. Like, and you go and then until there's no and then. Until there's no and then. Until it's just like this, well, this is just kind of what is. And I remember doing this with one of my mentors when I was going through my divorce. And it was so powerful because mine always led me to this, like, I'm going to be so embarrassed, so ashamed that I just want to run away. And she's like, okay, and then? And I was like, well, and then I would go live in a cave somewhere because I'm not worthy of a home. I'm not worthy of these creature comforts. She's like, okay, and then what does your cave look like? And I'm like, well, it's wet. She's like, oh, so there's water in there? And I was like, yeah. She's like, so you have something to drink? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, where is your cave? And I'm like, well, it's by the ocean. She goes, oh, so then there's crabs and fish and sea life, seaweed. So you have food to eat. And I was like, yeah. She goes, well, and then what? And I'm like, well, I just sit and suffer in aloneness and isolation. She's like, does that really sound that bad? I'm like, actually, it sounds really good. So like these and thens ended up in a place where it was like, I thought was like ultimate hell. And it ended up being like, oh, actually, that's really not that bad. And then, but like really play out that fear in your mind of like, if I do this thing and your inner critic says, well, who do you think you are? Oh man, oh yeah, who do I think I am? If I did this and I fucked up, if I messed up, and then what would happen? Okay, and then what would happen? And then what would happen? And take the and then to the end and see that, did you die? And sometimes you might, and that's okay. Like sometimes the and then takes you to actual death, right? Because like I'm going parachuting, I'm going skydiving and the parachute doesn't open. And then I reincarnate and I do it again, or I come back as a spirit guide, or like, who knows what happens, Is it really the end? Is death really the end? Okay, so we're going to take, if you've got a selenite wand, get one. If you've got it, get it. If not, I'm doing it for the collective. And we're going to take all of these fears, fear of failure, fear of criticism, fear of humiliation, fear of isolation, fear of not enough time, fear of not enough money, fear of what else was it? Fear of not being seen, fear of not being understood, fear of being bound, not being able to adventure, fear of not being able to play, fear of anything, any fear. We're going to take any of these fears and just imagine them in front of you. See them as objects. What does fear of time look like? A clock with chains around it and a bomb that's ticking. Tick, 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 tick. Right? Fear of money. What does that look like? Place that in front of you. Fear of being humiliated. Somebody pointing at you with this face like, nye, 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 nye. Fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear of whatever those fears are. I'm going to place them all in front of you. And I'm like trying to think how to show you how to do this. And I'm going to need more space. But we're in the middle of, we had a flood the other night. And so we've got stuff in places it's not supposed to be. So let's see if I can turn you around. So we can see here. We're going on an adventure, you guys. I'm taking you on an adventure. Okay, I got to move the bike so there's room. Get those spheres, place them in front of you. Get your selenite wand. Because we're going to do Kali's breath. I don't know if you can see me very good. Ooh, my tummy's grumbling. It wants food. It wants food. Okay. Gonna turn that light up so you can see me really, really good. Okay. And I think I need to move the computer down. Look at this. You guys are getting to see the other side of my desk. You don't normally see this side. Aren't you lucky? This is my view, my hot tub, these beautiful trees, the grass, the dogs. Okay. So I've got my selenite wand. And trying to get this light so you can see me brighter than because I know I'm backlit. But it doesn't matter. We're going to do, we're going to do Kali's breath. Kali's breath is one of my favorite ways to cut the crap. So you're going to place all those things in front of you. You're going to stand with your legs nice and wide, knees going over the toes. The toes are pointed out at a 45 to however flexible your hips are. Okay. And your bum is going to stay behind you and your belly is going to stay pulled in nice and tight. And when you fold forward, you're going to send your hips back with your back flat. Okay. So you're not going to round forward like this and tuck the tail because that's going to really hurt your back. Okay. Now you're going to do Kali Mudra. Kali Mudra, I call it AKA Charlie's Angels. Right? So you're going to do Kali Mudra. So creating this is the sword of Kali and the sword that's going to cut through the crap. Okay. I'm going to use a selenite wand to clear the energy. You're going to place in front of you in your mind's eye all that fear. Okay. You're going to take the Kali Mudra. You're going to inhale up. Oh, you can't see. I want you to be able to see my arms. So you're going to inhale up, Kali Mudra. Inhale out to the side, 45-degree angle. Inhale up, and then you're going to, and you're going to stick your tongue out like fierce Kali. And you're going to yell, and you're going to cut that crap. And so this is where you fold with your hips. Go back. Your back stays flat as you go. Okay. So it's like this. Inhale, 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 The inhales are through the nose. And you're just going to cut the crap. Just cut it. All those cords, all those chains that are binding you, all those rules that are keeping you playing small, all those inner criticisms with societal programming, just cut it all out. You do that crazy face to scare it all away. It's like, listen, you are not the boss here. And you do that until you feel good. Tripping. You do that until you feel like, and then you go, okay, what else is possible today? How can I be more free today? How can I allow myself to step into my power, be more free, more me today? Forget the past, forget the future. None of it exists right now. What can I do right now to help me step into the dream life, the goals, the desires because those desires, those hopes and dreams, you have them for a reason. You're meant to go after them. And only you can in the way that you can. I don't know if that made any sense. So a lot of times people are like, oh, well, it's already been done before, right? Like I used to really want to write a book on chakras. And it's like, well, there are so many books about chakras. But guess what? There's not one from Jenny's perspective. There's not a single book out there on chakras that tell Jenny's experience and viewpoint and perspective on chakras. There isn't, because I haven't written it yet. And who am I to deny the world of my unique perspective that may be different and share with somebody something new? Lindsay, I can't do this right now, but I love it. My solar plexus is tingling. Bring my power back. Definitely doing the whole thing later. Yes, well, and I just did it for everyone too. So, but it is a really, really powerful one. And be careful when you're calling in Kale's energy because it's very fiery. If it is a person attached to the thing you're wanting to cut, just move the person out and just have the situation or the issue here that you're going to cut, because we don't want to cut people, right? Like, we can, cut them out of our lives. That's cool. That happens all the time, right? But we don't want to actually cause them harm, just the situation. So a selenite wand helps cleanse and clear. Whew. So let's finish. I actually want to sit down. I actually want to sit down now. Okay. Oh, yes. Let's finish with some wisdom from the Sophia Code. You are a divine birther of new realities. This is page 304 in the Sophia Code, the Sophia Dragons. I just flipped to a page, you guys. Regardless of your gender, the creative fire within you arises from the same place as our creativity, the no thing, the nothing. Something comes from nothing. The no thing of Sophia's womb that exists within us all. Therefore, we have been designed to create as she creates, to give birth as she gives birth. Her Holy Spirit moves us all to continually expand in this opportunity to create more life by participating in her divine plan. Okay, yes. Although our anatomy may be different than yours, because they're dragons, you have also been designed to be a parthenogenic divine mother and divine father embodiment for birthing and nurturing a new generation of star seed children, divine blueprints, revolutionary paradigm shifts, and even an entirely new reality on Earth. But remember, there's no race, there's no rush. It will unfold naturally as it's supposed to as you honor your own divine sovereign self. Your divine feminine creative fire and intuition is ever guiding you from within to continually birth the Holy Spirit visions of your soul into form. So I'm going to say that again. Your divine feminine creative fire and intuition is ever guiding you from within to continually birth the Holy Spirit visions of your soul into form. The divine masculine within you is ever ready to take action that is guided by your higher self speaking to your heart, not your head. It's not going to make sense, you guys. It's not going to make sense. Stop trying to make it make sense. Just trust. And also your heart is and your spirit is only going to give you one step. It's not going to tell you 5 steps. It's going to be like this next thing. Go here, do this thing, say this word, act this way. So as you activate and integrate the divine feminine and divine masculine Christ energies of your higher self within your human body, the creative potential of your sovereign power dawns upon your awareness as a rising sun. Just bright brilliance. When your awareness responds to this call within you to birth new realities, your sovereign free will aligns with the glorious divine will of Sophia so that you may become a way shower for many. Oh my gosh, you guys. And this is that, remember when we were doing the pyramids earlier? This is that First pyramid, when I own who I am and I step bravely, courageously into my heroic human journey as me, just as me, and I just go after that thing that I want, it starts to shift everyone around me because they see, hey, hold on, she's not bound by these constrictions and rules that everybody else is pretending to be bound by. She's so free. If she can do it, I can do it. Oh my gosh. And then we start a revolution. So this new world paradigm, where was it? Birth new realities. You get to create and birth new realities. That thing that you desire, the thing that you want, start going after it, and you will birth a new reality. You will create a new world that did not exist before you stepped into it. Step fully into it with your divine masculine, divine feminine. Holy crap. I just let myself get so taken in by the cutting of my own fear. There was a fear I kind of didn't want to speak about, but really, thank you so sincerely. I needed that. Oh, you are so welcome. I'm so glad. So you guys, it is time. It is time to step into your divine sovereign freedom. Claim your freedom. You are more free than you know you are. You are more free than you know you are. Oh, did I? I must have. Let's see. Oop, I don't know what I did. I showed a caption I didn't mean to show, but that's fine. There we go. So, so powerful, so beautiful. One of the new worlds that I am really trying to step in and create is this world where people feel this freedom. They feel this love. They feel this, they get to experience what it feels like to be their own divine sovereign creators of reality. And I do this through classes, through teaching. And this upcoming Saturday at the Leonardo in Salt Lake City, Utah, we are doing Sound, Soul, and Magic. And it is this experiential event like no other. Sound has a way. I was just actually reading yesterday in a book that The Body Doesn't Lie, that they have done studies where they've plugged people's ears and still played music, and the body still received the healing, even when your ears didn't hear it. And because our meridians along our body points pick up the vibration and start to heal that part of us, even if our ears don't hear it. And then they would cover up that meridian point and the ears, and then the frequency doesn't work on us. It's like the sound, if we don't hear it and the body doesn't catch the vibration, it doesn't heal. If we unplug our ears, even though the body's still covering the meridian still being covered by the sound, but our ears now pick it up, that meridian, that energy is flowing again. So sound is so incredibly healing. And we guide you through this beautiful meditation. We guide you through this beautiful breath work. And all of it is to reclaim who you are. Remember. Re means before, member, membranes. Our membranes, remember, they have this cellular memory in them. And when we listen to them, we remember who we are, and we start to claim it and own it and live that way. So Sound, Soul, and Magic this Saturday at the Leonardo, and we've got a code MMBC33. Let's see, I should make a little caption for this one, huh? Let's see. Boop-a-doop. Sound, Soul, and Magic.com. Use code MMBC33. Okay, so soundsoulandmagic.com, use code MMBC33 for a 33% discount. However, we do not want money to be in the way of anybody's healing, ever. That should never be an excuse. Okay, so if even with a 33% discount, if it is still beyond your budget, please reach out. please reach out. We have ways to do a sacred reciprocity and an energy exchange where you still get to come and receive. Do not let money, please do not let money be an issue. So if money is keeping you from this beautiful healing, now is like, stop it. Just stop it. Not anymore. Not an excuse anymore. Reach out. Message, comment down here, message me personally, message the page, whatever. And I promise we can make this work. We can get you there. We want you there. If you want this healing, we want you there as well. And bring friends, because it's always more powerful when you have a friend doing the same work with you, so you can share your experiences and go, I'm not crazy. And my dog is barking. Come here. Come here. Come here. Up. Up. Okay. Okay. It's okay. There's someone here to fix the flooding that we just experienced. This is Bunny. Bunny likes to bark at everybody. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. And please, also, if you would just share the Sound Soul Magic event post, share the code, tag your friends. We would really, really love to spread this healing magic everywhere. And Bunny says I'm done. Okay, love you.